Dear students, in the upcoming lecture, we will be learning about cell division. So there are many cells in our body which can divide and form two cells. The process of formation of two identical daughter cells from one parent cell is called mitosis. So mitotic cell division consists of two phases. One is karyokinesis and second is cytokinesis. Karyokinesis means division of the nucleus. Karyo means nucleus. Cytokinesis means division of the cytoplasm. So we should summarize some terms that we will need to know to learn cell division. So first one is the chromosome. Now chromosome, that word literally means chrome means color and zome means body. So a colored body. So the DNA inside the cell is an acidic material which can take up basic dyes like hematoxylin. Now this hematoxylin colors the nucleus deep blue or dark purple, and then we can see it under the microscope. The human cell has 46 such chromosomes which are arranged in 23 pairs. So there are 22 pairs of chromosomes called autosomes and one pair of chromosomes called the sex chromosomes. So the autosomes, they carry the information about all parts of our body like color of our eyes, skin color, our height, etc. And the sex chromosomes, they carry information regarding our secondary sexual characters. So about sex determination. So each pair of chromosome in all these 22 pairs of autosomes is said to be a homologue of each other when they contain similar genes. So homologue, the DNA number 1 and another one, so these two are homologous. Now the autosomes, they are given numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 22, and the sex chromosomes, they are given letters as names, X and Y. So when an individual has a combination of X and X, the sex determined is female, whereas if the sex chromosome combination is 1X and 1Y, the sex determined is male. In females, thus there are 23 homologous pairs of chromosomes as they have both X sex chromosomes. In males, there are 22 homologous pairs of autosomes and one heterozygous pair of sex chromosomes X and Y, because the set of genes is different on these two chromosomes X and Y. So there are some cells which never divide: neurons, heart muscle cells, cardiac myocytes, skin cells, keratinocytes. So this skin cell keratinocytes, so they are the last cells which are almost like dead cells, and fat cells, that is the adipocytes. So these are some examples of cells which cannot divide anymore, or also they are called terminally differentiated cells. So terminally differentiated cells are those cells which do not multiply anymore. And cells that constantly divide, they include skin cells. So the skin cells which are growing continuously from the base, cells in the gastrointestinal tract, and the blood cells in the bone marrow or white blood cells. So all these cells are continuously multiplying cells. Now the life cycle of the cells is called cell cycle, and this cell cycle is a 4-stage process consisting of gap 1 or G1 phase, then second is the synthesis or S phase, third one is gap 2 or G2 phase, and mitosis. So that is the 4th stage. An active eukaryotic cell will undergo these steps as it grows and divides. After completing the cycle, the cell either starts the process again from G1 or exits the cell cycle through G0. So from G0, the cell can undergo terminal differentiation. This means where it does not multiply again at all. The stages in cell cycle between one mitosis and the next, which include this G1, S and G2, they are known collectively as the interphase. Now we come to our topic of the lecture, that is mitosis. So DNA molecules are uncondensed when the cell is not dividing. Just before the beginning of mitosis, the chromatin material starts getting condensed and forms the chromosomes. So the uncondensed form of DNA is called chromatin and condensed form is called a chromosome. So during the interphase stage of cell cycle, the chromosomes are in the form of thread-like chromatin material which is uncondensed. So karyokinesis, that is the division of nucleus in mitosis, that takes place in 4 phases. First one is prophase, second is metaphase, third is anaphase, and fourth is telophase. So small mnemonic will help in remembering the sequence, that is pick up the mat. So pick P is prophase, and for mat M-A-T, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. So in prophase, the chromosomes they condense. So those fibrous chromatin material, that chromatin material condenses and forms chromosomes. The centrioles they start moving to the two opposite poles. They start radiating spindle fibers towards each other. The nuclear membrane that starts disintegrating. The chromosomes start attaching to the spindle fibers. So this happens in the prophase. In second phase, that is the metaphase, the chromosomes they get arranged at the equatorial plane in the cell. So this plane is called the metaphase plate. So chromosomes are coming to the metaphase plate. That's why this is metaphase. So the spindle fibers they get strongly attached to the kinetochore part of chromosomes. So there is a special point in this chromosome where this spindle fibers comes and gets attached. That is called the kinetochore. Now in the third phase, that is anaphase. So the Greek prefix ana means one, up, above or everywhere, means they just get spread up. So here the separation happens. So the spindle fibers which are radiating from centrioles to the kinetochores of the chromosomes, they start contracting. This pulls the sister chromatids away from each other. The free spindle fibers they lengthen and push the two poles apart from each other. The fourth phase is called telophase. So telo means away. So like telephone, we use that word because people who are away from each other they can speak. So telophase, so chromosomes get completely separated and they go away from each other and they reach the two opposite poles. The nuclear membrane it starts developing on the two daughter nuclei. So while the daughter nuclei are being formed, the process of cytokinesis starts. So cytokinesis, breaking of the cytoplasm, the division of the cytoplasm. So a contractile ring of proteins that forms between the two nuclei. The contractile ring it is composed of filamentous actin, that is F-actin, and the motor protein myosin 2, along with some additional structural and regulatory proteins. So the ring closes and separates the two daughter cells completely from each other. So thus the process of karyokinesis and cytokinesis comes to an end, and we have two identical daughter nuclei formed from one original single cell. So both these cells are diploid. There are some nice animation videos on the internet which you can see and learn this mitosis. So please go ahead and watch those. And now is the time for a small quiz before coming to the class. Thank you.